who is this? MorePegasus. We watched MorePegasus that put something out on Frogan. And, okay, Durhan, Nux saying Hassan is 400% fucked means nothing. I'm sorry. Nux always says, this person is 400% fucked. This person's 1,000% fucked. I'm sorry. That is literally all of Nux's headlines. I don't buy it. It's that is clickbaity as hell. Okay? Nux's headlines, like, not as a commentary on Nux's reporting, but Nux's headlines are clickbaity as fuck. So, is Hassan maybe kind of fucked? It's possible. That's what we're gonna check out with this video. So, let's take a look. I am intrigued. I don't know everything about the story, so I'm hoping I will get more information on all of this. So, let's go.
Okay, lots of updates to the whole Hassan Piker situation. So he starts by defending his mod Frogan yet again, saying she is the biggest victim of all this drama.
U.S. military?
What?
Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
He's also been planning a debate with H3H3, but he's so scared of losing to Ethan, he keeps coming up with excuses to dodge the debate, saying that Ethan will somehow bring Destiny onto his stream to get him banned. Then we have Asmongold's reaction.
Wait. Okay, here's my question. Why would bringing Destiny onto his stream cause Hassan to get banned? Does anybody know the explanation for that? Like, why would Destiny simply being brought on to Ethan's stream cause Hassan to be banned? Like, is Destiny some kind of Voldemort, he who shall not be named? If his face appears on screen, it causes an instantaneous ban or something? Like, I don't understand the rationale behind that. Okay, so what? How would that impact Hassan? If Ethan brings Destiny onto his show, and Destiny runs his mouth, how would that affect Hassan? You know? Destiny is permabanned on Twitch, and he can't bring a banned creator onto another stream, even as a guest. Yeah, so, and Kanito, you're absolutely right. So by that logic, Ethan wouldn't bring Destiny on, because then Ethan would get banned too, which would fuck him. So why would he do that? Unless they're streaming on a different platform than Twitch. I don't know, I think he's just being pussified. I think Hassan is just making excuses. So, he's probably just saying like, oh, he's gonna bring Destiny back on, probably pull that out of his ass, because he's scared to debate Ethan. That's likely why. Because he's a pussy. Hassan is a fucking pussy. And yeah, let us not forget, Hassan is worried about getting banned when the CEO of Twitch turns himself into a pretzel to keep Hassan from getting banned. So if Ethan brought Destiny on, okay, Hassan might catch a 24-hour ban at most, whereas they would knock Ethan off the platform for 2 weeks. So the excuse doesn't work. It's just a cover to show that he's pissing himself like a scared little boy because he knows he cannot actually defend his viewpoints in the face of someone that actually has facts on their side.
Will somehow bring Destiny onto his stream to get him banned. Then we have Asmongold's reaction, Destiny's reaction. Ethan also responded saying he's not going to do that. Also, apparently Hassan has been watching our videos and losing his mind over...
Wait, what did the text say there?
He's not going to do that. Also, apparently Hassan has been watching...
Avoiding the drama angle has most likely cost me a lot of charitability with apolitical slop tuber drama. Oh, chat. Hassan's not going to be charitable with people like me. Oh no! Oh, whatever shall I do, chat? Hassan have any charitability toward me when I call him a fucking cuck and a pussy and a scared little boy who's bending over and showing his ass to Dan Clancy. Oh no! Whatever shall I do?
Watching our videos and losing his mind over slop tubers. We got some more updates on iDubbbz and Creator Clash 3 with even more fighters dropping out. So let's just go over all this one by one, laugh at everybody's downfall while eating some delicious peanut butter. It's a good day. Let me know what you're having. Okay, let's start with this tweet. Hassan.
No, you're right. You're right, Zerhan. Hassan refused to watch Ethan's react to the content drop. He refused to watch it. Like, anytime there's something that's put out that makes Hassan look really fucking bad, he will refuse to watch it. Because he'll get so fucking butthurt about it, and he won't be able to defend himself against it. Because he can't defend his viewpoints against it. Oh, Pipkin, I know. Pipkin, I know. Trust me, I know.
Eating some delicious peanut butter. It's a good day. Let me know what you're having. Okay, let's start with this tweet. Hassan defends Frogan from the hate online, implies that she is the ultimate victim. Also compares her and Ethan's feud to Israel-Palestine.
Because of course he does. Because of fucking course he would do that. Which, by the way, talk about trivializing the absolute fuck out of this conflict. Hassan and his bitch Frogan had been so staunchly pro-Palestinian, and they are all in on that. By comparing his feud with Ethan to this conflict, he just devalued the absolute shit out of this conflict by comparing a feud between him and Ethan to it. That tells you how little he actually thinks of it. That he's just using it as a means to get clicks. He doesn't fucking care. He's using it as a means to get people in his stream and to get clicks on his channels. He just went mask off with this. And showcasing he doesn't give a fuck. Because if he actually cared about this conflict like he purports himself to, he would not have compared a pissy little streamer feud to a bloody multi-year conflict. If he actually cared, he would not insult what is happening here like that. Because that is what he did. He just insulted this conflict and said, hey, everyone over in that area of the world, you guys fighting and dying is the same as me having a feud with another Twitch stream. That's what he just said with this. And yes, I know it's a paraphrasing from Yeet. It is a paraphrasing, but... Oh, sorry. It's not even Hassan? Oh, it's even worse. It's even worse. It's not Hassan's feud. I misread this. He's comparing the feud between Ethan and Frogan to this conflict. Not even Hassan himself. He's comparing the feud between Frogan and Ethan. So it's even worse. Frogan, the cunt who decided to say, I hope US soldiers get PTSD and don't receive health care. Because they're soldiers. This is not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go.
but not.
Point is that you're trying to make
Because I get frustrated when everybody's like trying to defend her so much. It's like she's the ultimate victim of online harassment.
She is. She is an infinitely. She has been victimized in infinitely worse ways than Ethan could ever imagine. Ethan is so.
Hi. How, Hassan? How has she been victimized so worse than Ethan? Show me some receipts, motherfucker. Did Frogan have a law enforcement type agency show up at her house? Did she get swatted? Did she have fucking human skulls mailed to her in a silent threat on the life of her and those she loves? Not the last that I fucking heard. So how exactly is she getting it worse than Ethan? Ethan has had CPS falsely called on him by your fucking community, Hassan. Yours and your people's community called a false CPS report on Ethan's family. Yours and your people's community very likely sent human skulls to Ethan as a silent threat against his children. Remind me again how Frogan is getting it so much worse than Ethan. Don't bother. You can't. Because you fucking lie. Because for whatever reason, you're fucking simping for Frogan. Probably because she's a terrorist sympathizer just like you. And she's probably the only pussy you can get, because God knows no one's actually gonna fuck you, Hassan. No one wants to touch that shit. So she's probably the only one that will fuck you. So you're defending her so she'll come over and slobber all over your dick. I mean, that's the obvious reason.
So not victimized that he has to fucking invent ways of being victimized to create drama surrounding it. And the reality is, when Ethan creates...
No. Hassan, you don't get to say a fucking word about reality if you're gonna say he's inventing ways to be victimized. When he actually has been, and has the goddamn receipts to prove it. He has receipts. You don't. Shut your fucking gob.
Drama around his own personal victimization, people actually tune in. That actually works for him. Frogan, on the other hand, is constantly and consistently fucking smeared by the most bad faith, most rabid, sociopathic figures online. Okay?
Bad-mouthed by someone on Twitter or YouTube is not the same thing as having CPS called on you falsely and having skulls mailed to your home as a threat. This is not the same, you dunderhead. You are a fucking moron. You are desperately simping for Frogan right now. You are white knighting so fucking hard, it's not even funny. It's... Let's see, yeah. No, his chat's not calling him out. Well, one of them did. Didn't you call the cops on your ex-girlfriend? The rest of them are all agreeing with him. He's fucking scum, talking about Ethan, always the victim, talking about him. She couldn't work for a month, they're talking about Frogan. But what if Ethan was the real victim all along? I literally can't think of anyone who's more of a victim of this than Frogan. Didn't you... Okay, so this one. Didn't you call the cops on your ex-girlfriend? This one. And she never supported genocide. Bullshit. She absolutely did. I don't... Let's see. Anyway.
God, it is so funny. It is so funny how, like...
Oh! Ethan is punching down? Interesting. Hassan, but in all seriousness, you do sound like a leftist sometimes. I thought Hassan was a leftist. I'm confused. I thought Hassan was a leftist. Where's this person in his chat saying you sound like a leftist? I thought he was. Like,
how like Israel coded this is, you know, constantly on the
for
defense,
fuck's sake.
constantly self-victimizing, constantly escalating, and being an infinitely more powerful figure in the conflict. In terms of the propaganda aspect of it all, it just like it literally is the same shit that Israel does. So frustrating.
Really? Really? You're gonna try and say this is Israel coded? Oh, the desperation is just wafting off this guy like fucking crazy. Yeah, he is desperately trying to paint Ethan as a bad guy, and it ain't working.
Frustrating.
Right, so Hassan once again making the war about himself and somehow comparing a war to a feud between two people online. Also to say that Ethan didn't get victimized here is completely insane. Your friends literally called CPS on his kids, call his wife a baby killer constantly, sent him human skulls in the mail, but apparently no, Ethan is not being harassed. The real person being harassed is obviously Frogan, just the
what did I say?
Of niceness and good value.
So, basically, him trying to say it's Israel coded is just his desperate way to try and paint the picture of Ethan and his wife are Israel, Hassan and Frogan are Palestine, and the conflict is quote unquote similar to that. That's what it means. He's trying to gin up controversy and trying to gin up emotions by equating him and Frogan as and Ethan and Hila as basically the Palestine-Israel conflict. He's trying to equate the two of them together to gin up emotion because that's all his people. Because that's what his audience tunes in for. His audience just tunes in for him to just preach wax poetic about one side of the conflict while also supporting terrorism. And so he's doing that to basically, equate it to that. So it fits with this, it tails into the narrative that he continues to spew every stream. So his followers don't actually stop and think about it for a second and go, wait a minute, Ethan actually has been victimized. He's shown the receipts. You guys have been the ones that have actually gone after Ethan far more. Ethan has not done that. So Ethan's actually the victim, not you guys. He's trying to, because his audience largely falls on one side of the equation for that conflict, he's trying to make it seem like him and Frogan are that side in that conflict, and Ethan is the other side in that conflict. So they are the good guys. That's what he's trying to do. It's basically he's trying to do a Jedi mind trick on his audience, so they won't leap, so they won't actually stop and think and use their gray matter to realize he's full of shit and then go, we out. That's what he's doing. He is desperately trying to retain views.
Base?
She wasn't put at risk of losing her children. She doesn't even have anything that's important to lose. Are you telling me that a Big Mac is not important? Come on. All she'd lose by quitting streaming is the attacks because no one here values her words or feelings or wishes. Bad faith. Wanting veterans to suffer with PTSD makes Jabba the worst type of person. I'm sorry. They literally went to war so she could sit in a chair and eat Doritos.
Yep. And how many times have I said that? The very people that Frogan loves to denigrate are the very reason why she's able to sit on her fat fucking ass and spew bullshit into this microphone and wish harm upon them. Because of what they did, she's able to denigrate them because of their sacrifice. How many times have I said that? Because, let's face it, Frogan offers nothing in the streaming space. She does not offer entertainment beyond the fact that she's a fucking lolcow. Frogan at this point is a lolcow. I really don't see her being anything other than that.
Yeah, Hassan is so delusional, it's actually insane. Here's Muda saying, these psychos willingly smear anyone that slightly disagrees with them with the most vile shit. When pushed back slightly, it's always playing the victim. If you want to deal shit to everyone, be willing to take it or log off. Here's what Tectone's saying. There's a person that got banned from Twitch for calling Frogan atomically extensive. I'd like to remind everyone that anyone who slightly criticizes Denims, Hassan, or Frogan will be smeared to oblivion. Not petty insults like large. They'll sling around criminal-like terminology like it's nothing. They'll get their entire communities to label you as a criminal in an attempt to ruin your life, going in on the most bad faith arguments and any false allegations they can in order to completely character assassinate the opposition.
Well, bring it. I have not shied away from calling out Hassan, Frogan, or Denims on their absolutely heinous bullshit. I'm doing it every fucking time, no hesitation. They want to try and smear me? They want to sling around criminal-like terminology? Bring it. Go ahead. The fact that you have to try and smear me means you can't defend your position. Yes, Mimic, I changed the settings. Yeah, the fact that they have to resort to smear campaigns when someone calls them out on their shit means they can't defend their position. Everything I have said about Hassan, Frogan, and Denims is true. It is factually true. Even if some of it is of an opinion based, what I've said is still factually true. Bring it, fuckers. You want to smear me? Bring it the fuck on. You've got nothing you can smear me with. And I'm gonna keep calling you the fuck out on your bullshit. Doing something, because I know when a smear is just a smear. If you want to try and, if any of these three want to try and smear me and call me names, cool, go for it. I still don't see you bringing receipts to your argument. If you can't bring receipts to your argument, all your little name calling doesn't mean a fucking thing if you can't defend your position. It's really as dirt simple as that.
Try bullying at its finest. To be honest, they deserve more hate. I mean, I gotta agree. I mean, sure, some people are calling our names and stuff, but like, the stuff you guys do is completely insane.
Well,
you take
that
it
guy
to real
fucking
life,
hell.
you take it to people's children, you support terrorists, like, you guys are way worse. Now, moving on to the H3H3 versus Hassan debate. Hassan is currently freaking out because he thinks that Ethan is gonna bring Destiny or Dan Saltman on.
That was his big smoking gun. Or maybe he was going to try to bring Dan.
Zab, they are free to do so. I do not fucking care. Because again, if they want to do that, go for it. They're still not bringing receipts. They can, anything, any name calling they make name, I will point out, is still not a receipt to defend their position. Which means it doesn't fucking matter.
And Saltman on or Destiny on in the hopes that I get banned, which I will, by the way. If Dan Saltman or Destiny appears on Friday when we have this conversation, if Ethan is still willing and able to do it, I will get banned. He knows that, which is precisely the reason why I assume he will try to bring them forward, just as I called this initially.
Again, this fucking pussy is coming up with every excuse so he can cancel to say, oh, I don't want to get banned. Bearing in mind, the only time Hassan has been banned in recent memory is because Twitch was forced to ban him because he actually threatened the life of a sitting congressperson. And Twitch had no choice but to ban him because they didn't want the force of the US government coming down on their heads saying, why are you allowing one of the streamers on your platform to issue a threat against the life of a sitting congressman? That's the only reason why Twitch has banned Hassan. And again, it was only for 24 hours, Golden. It was not 1 to 3 days. It was literally like 23 hours and change that he was banned for. And that was it. So, Hassan needs to shut the fuck up about this, pretending like he's oh so worried he's gonna catch a ban. When he's their golden boy. It's close enough that that if Twitch had not taken action, the US government would have come down on Twitch's head. Because he was talking about the unaliving of a sitting congressman in a positive way, in an encouraging way. Did he say outright, go and unalive this congressman? No, he did not. But his verbiage in saying that this congressperson should no longer be breathing was on that razor's edge, and it sure as fuck was a significant incitement. And that's incitement to a threat against a congressperson's life. And if Twitch had let that go, the US government would have come down on Twitch's head in a heartbeat. That's why they banned him. I mean, Claw, that's fair to be accurate. That is fair, but it's tantamount to it's with that with that specificity, it's still the reason why they issued him ban. If he had not done that to a Congress, if he had not said that about a Congressperson, nothing would have happened. If he'd said that about Ethan, I bet he wouldn't have been banned. But because he said it about a congressperson, they banned him because because Twitch's back was against the wall on that one. Because they knew they would have taken heat from DC if they hadn't taken some kind of action. And Divis, thank you for the follow. Merlin, I do not know. I could not tell you that.
As I called what was going to take place in this conversation initially, I'm telling you right now, if he tries to, oh my God, Sam Cedar me, what a fucking nightmare with like a person that has been banned, I won't be able to have this conversation with him. I will have to exit out of this conversation because Twitch will absolutely ban me. I know for a fucking fact. Okay.
Oh,
Hassan, you
he's
literally
crying.
befriended a terrorist on stream, actual terrorist designated by the US government, and you called him Luffy from One Piece, and you did not get banned. You have spewed the most vile, horrific shit for years on Twitch and did not get banned. Might I remind everyone, the Twitch CEO and the employees wished you a happy birthday, specifically. They did not do that to all the other streamers. They literally suck you off under that table every day. They are perfectly fine with your radical extremist politics. I'm pretty sure you will be fine and won't get banned.
To that point, I will also remind you, chat, that Ethan watched, it was either a live stream or a VOD of Hassan. Okay, he was watching a video of Hassan talking about his radical bullshit. I forget what the context of what Hassan was talking about in that video Ethan watched on his stream. And Ethan caught a ban for it. Ethan caught a ban because he watched Hassan's, it was a VOD. Okay, so Ethan watched one of Hassan's VODs on his stream, and Ethan caught a ban for it. Hassan's content is bannable if someone else watches it. It's that bad. But Hassan himself did not catch a ban. Think about that. Well, he's crying about, I don't want to get banned. The fact that other people that watch your content on Twitch and what you say in your content results in a ban, but you do not, is all I need to say. And Tom, I believe it was a 24-hour ban because Ethan fought it hard. As I understand it, Ethan contacted Twitch and fought that ban and it only lasted for 24 hours. But it was because he reached out to Twitch and fought against it and said, this is bullshit. It's one of your own people. It's, you know, it's one of your own streamers, and I was just watching their VOD and I got banned. What the fuck? And so they reversed the ban.
And I don't know why he's randomly brought up Destiny. If you didn't know, Destiny is another political streamer. But the thing is, Ethan is not even
Off topic. Off topic, chat? Am I crazy or does Destiny kind of look like Andy Dick? Am I crazy? That just that I haven't seen Destiny on screen in a while. The last time I saw Destiny was a thing with Boogie. I haven't seen Destiny really since. Is it just me or does he look like Andy fucking Dick?
friends with Destiny. He doesn't even like him or anything. Hassan is just so
bad
scared
comedian,
of this Destiny
Grindhouse.
guy that he wakes up every night just peeing his pants in fear. Then Hassan says that he talked to his Twitch rep because he was so scared.
So, no, I already have. I've already talked to my Twitch rep. I did. Shut the f up. I did already. I know. They said, no, you will get banned. Do you understand? I suspected.
He's panicking. He's panicking, chat. You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice. He is panicking. Because people are already saying, well, there's no real reason why you should be scared. Why didn't you talk to your Twitch rep? And that's why he's suddenly starting to yell in his microphone. I did. I talked to my Twitch rep. I did. He's panicking because his own chat is starting to call him out. He's feeling the knives in his back.
That he was initially going to try to get any clip that shows Sam Seder agreeing with him to be like, see, your ordained designated Jew agrees with me or something along those lines. And then be like, why do you call me pro-Israel? Okay, that's what he thought he was going to be able to get. It didn't happen. So now I assume his second smoking gun is to probably bring up like Destiny or Dan Saltman in it with the hopes that I get banned.
Yeah, so a little bit of context there. Turns out Hassan was actually so scared of this debate. He actually refused to even do it in the first place. He instead asked Sam Seder to debate Ethan first in his place. And that debate has actually just happened as I'm recording this. So Ethan actually had the balls to debate anyone of Hassan's choice. And he went through with it. And this is a guy that Hassan specifically chose because he thought that Ethan would get owned and destroyed in a debate. But that didn't even happen. They had a pretty mild debate. And it turns out Ethan actually isn't the crazy person that you are portraying to your audience. And he actually thinks that, wow, shocker, war is bad. Innocent people dying is bad. Who would have thought? That's already more than Hassan, the guy that laughs at dead babies and says that women deserve to get R-worded as long as it supports his politics. Now, the question everyone's asking is that Ethan debated the...
I heard Hassan went to a Diddy party.
Yes, guys. You've been saying he went to a Diddy party. I don't fucking care. Okay, in the context of what we're talking about, makes no fucking difference. I don't care. Even if he did, he wouldn't have had the balls to actually do anything because he's a cucked little pussy. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Guy that you specifically chose. So to be fair, well, how about you now debate someone that Ethan chooses? Oh wait, you're a complete coward and you're afraid your audience will finally realize that you're a fraud.
Because if I don't back out of that conversation, I get banned. If I back out of that conversation when that happens, he will go, oh, you ran away from Destiny. You're so scared. You're just like Steven Crowder. And that's the problem. Okay? He is going to try to present it. I'm telling you right now, if he tries to do some shit like that, that means he doesn't want to have a real conversation with me on this issue.
And again, this entire time, he is ignoring the fact that if he did bring Destiny on, Ethan would catch a ban too, which is why it makes no fucking sense. The minute if he was to do this, the moment Ethan brought Destiny on to be a part of the conversation, according to Hassan's own fucking logic, they would both instantly be banned. It's not like Hassan would be the only one to get banned. Ethan would get banned too, which would not help him in any way, shape, or form. He's acting like if Ethan brings on Destiny, Ethan will be fine, nothing's gonna happen, and only Hassan will get slapped with a ban by Twitch. Ethan would catch the ban too, which is why it would make no fucking sense. But we're thinking logically here. And Hassan doesn't do logic, he just does ideology and extremism. So that's why he's refusing to acknowledge this logical fallacy that he is portraying right now. Because it makes no fucking sense. His rationale is completely illogical and makes no fucking sense. Because the second Destiny was to come on screen, both of their streams be terminated and they both be banned, and there would be no debate. Destiny would not be able to call Hassan out on anything. Destiny would not be able to defend Ethan about anything. Their streams would both be instantly nuked, and the conversation would be over before anything happened. So why are you so fucking scared? It's not like you'd be able to have a debate because you both would get shut down at the same time. Is it maybe because you can't defend your position? Maybe.
That he's going to try to pull some shtick because he knows that he can't have this real conversation with me. I mean, if he puts up Destiny or any other like banned person, I will get banned on Twitch. So yeah, I'm not going to fucking get banned
And
on
so
Twitch.
will he.
Just because Ethan wanted to do a troll.
Okay, first off, Twitch literally licks your nuts on a daily basis. You could live stream yourself nuking a city, and Twitch staff would literally gargle on your nuts. Lick your balls clean, like straight up. So stop pretending that the rules apply to you, alright? We all know that you are completely above any rules on Twitch. And can someone explain to me why he is so afraid of Destiny? Like, I need an update on the Destiny versus Hassan lore, because I've seen about 50 clips now of Hassan just losing his mind over Destiny, and he keeps bringing it up with someone completely unrelated. I feel like he lives in his head completely rent-free, and it's so pathetic because
I'm going to hazard a guess. Like, I do not know too much about Destiny. From the brief things I've seen regarding Destiny, which largely had to do with when he took down Boogie, with the fake cancer scam that Boogie was trying to do. That's been the majority of my viewership of Destiny. But from that, he's probably scared of Destiny because Destiny actually does his research and actually shows up to a stream where he is expected to discuss serious issues or engage in a debate. And he actually shows, from what I can tell, I think he shows up prepared. He shows up with information at his fingertips. Okay? The whole thing about...
He's already dead.
Not good enough. It's like, okay, Destiny being cucked, immaterial. In this conversation, it is immaterial. Like, his politics, the fact that he is cucked, all of that is immaterial in this discussion. But I do think that when Destiny shows up to a discussion, he comes prepared. He does his research. And Hassan just works off of pure ideology. My guess is that is why he's scared of Destiny. Because he will not be able to say something that Destiny cannot refute. That is my suspicion. Again, it is a suspicion. It is opinion. Take that for what you wish. That's just, in my limited knowledge of when it comes to Destiny, that's the impression that I get. I could be completely wrong, and maybe things have changed with him, but that is the thing that I know. So Destiny is as uninformed as everyone else on that side. His saving grace is his willingness to have a discussion, even if he's been proven wrong every time. Okay, fair enough, Bobcat. So then it's more along the lines of Destiny is willing to actually put himself out there and allow himself to be proven wrong, whereas Hassan, if he gets proven wrong, his entire worldview crumbles and he goes and cries like a little bitch. Also a good enough reason for me. And, Yagano, thank you for the follow also.
Politics is your entire life. This is your entire career. You've been doing this for decades and you're still scared to debate people in your sphere. Like, Ethan used to be a commentary YouTuber. He only recently went into politics. So, like, I don't know why you're even scared of that guy. Here's what people are saying. Dude, take a breath. Holy shit. Here's a solution. Turn off your Twitch stream during your call if you're so scared of that happening. He's such a liar. Exactly. You.
Oh, well, he can't do that. He can't do that. Because if he turns off his Twitch stream, how's he gonna monetize it? Eh? So how is he going to have all of his slobbering followers spamming support for him in the Twitch chat, telling him, you're so right, you're the greatest, you go king, if he isn't streaming the debate? That's why.
You can choose to not stream it for once in your goddamn life. Ethan can stream it instead, or Ethan can record it. It's just so funny to see him squirm like this. Now, Asmongold also reacted to Hassan trying to back out. Here's what he said.
He banned me. I know for a fucking fact.
Oh, God.
Okay?
You got a day suspension for talking about killing a senator. You think you're going to get banned for having Destiny on for 10 seconds? Come on.
Exactly.
So, no, I already have. I've already talked to my Twitch rep. I did. Shut the fuck up. I did already. I know. They said, no, you will get banned.
I always panic. That's panic.
Do you understand?
I don't know who his Twitch rep is. I have no idea. I can't imagine like Pluto or one of the guys at Twitch telling him that if Destiny is on the stream for 30 seconds while you explain that you have to leave because he's a banned streamer and you can't have banned streamers, I can't imagine them saying, oh yeah, we're going to ban you for that. It sounds like total bullshit.
You know, I am so glad that people are finally seeing what a fraud all these people are. I like how every video we're slowly exposing every single one of these losers. Frogan, Denims, iDubbbz, Hassan, like all of them are just being exposed as completely insane. They're losing everything, destroying their reputations. Their own audiences are turning against them. It's just wonderful. I got a huge smile on my face. Anyways, if he couldn't get...
And I'm going to point out, all of these guys are crashing out so hard, and it has nothing to do with the conflict over in the Middle East area. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just going to remind you, the whole reason why they are a thing to begin with is because of that conflict. All of the shit that is coming down on top of their heads has nothing to do with it. And literally has everything to do with them being being just pieces of human garbage. That's the funny part. No one gives a fuck about their opinion regarding the conflict. They only see them as being complete assholes and shitty people to other individuals because they are selfish pieces of shit. And they are self-entitled cum-stains that and scream if people don't agree with that.
Get more pathetic, Hassan started typing in Ethan's chat. Hassan's messages in the H3 chat post Sam Seder debate. I can talk now or Friday, I don't care, it's up to you. Please don't try to bring a banned person on because I will get banned and will have to leave the conversation. Hey man, since you talked to Sam, I think we could have a more productive convo now. Since you seemingly have enough time to watch clips of me, definitely down to do it Friday though. Peace and love. I love how this clown is like, oh, you have enough time to watch clips of me. Meanwhile, this actual moron refuses to
watch clips of him and get banned for it. I'm gonna keep pushing that. He watched clips of Hassan and caught a ban for it. I'm gonna keep repeating that.
To watch any critical video on him and says that I'm not even gonna watch someone so like disingenuous, you know. Ethan should jump scare Hassan with a random MP3 of Destiny. Productive convo. I can see the conversation already. Hassan will just ignore what Ethan would have to say. Now, the thing is, even if this debate happens, there needs to be complete rules of like, you can't interrupt the other person because Hassan is the type of guy to just shout and scream over you so that you can never convey any of your points. Now, Ethan actually responded. Ethan assures Hassan that he will not bring a banned streamer on to Sam Seder him. Hassan still doesn't believe it.
Hassan is pathetically typing in our chat again.
Wait, what do you mean?
I can talk now or Friday. I don't care. Up to you. Please don't try to bring a band. Bro, don't worry. I'm not doing that. You're afraid I'm going to bring on Destiny? That's stupid. I'm not going to do that.
Stop.
I promise you, Hassan.
It's not just Destiny. It's
Dan
Dan Saltman as well. He's
In
also
fact, the
banned.
people here will not allow me to bring on Destiny. I'm
no
interested,
Dan
Hassan,
Saltman
in being
either.
honest.
And it's not because I'm
Listen,
afraid of them. I can't. I will.
He's fucking panicking. Oh, this is glorious. Hassan is panicking like a scared little boy. Any moment I expect him to go crying in a corner going, oh, Ethan's being mean to me, Daddy. Oh, this is fucking beautiful.
Will get banned. I need people to understand. This is because I will get banned. If he brings on Sam Hyde or Dan Saltman or Destiny, I will get banned instantly, okay? And I didn't even name Destiny in that. The reason why I said don't bring a banned person on was because I don't want him to bring any banned person on and do some shit to try to get me banned, okay?
Okay, so didn't he just straight up lie there? Like classic Hassan rewriting history. You definitely did mention Destiny by name. Unless I'm going schizo and somehow heard the word Destiny. Also, I love this. It's not because I'm afraid of them, guys. It's not because I'm a little screwed
sure it
It's
isn't.
actually because I don't want to get banned, obviously. Of course, Hassan, we all believe you, you gigantic pussy.
Your dog Donut would not want to have a fucking thing to do with this debate. No one from the Unsub crew would want to have a fucking thing to do with Hassan or Ethan or anyone from this sphere. I would imagine they absolutely despise everyone involved in this. Hassan, Ethan, Denims, Frogan, Gila, they probably hate all of them and want nothing to do with any one of them at all. They don't want to get involved in this shit whatsoever. They have far more important things to do, like dealing with the Buffalo school system issue right now. That is far more important than dealing with the Ethan Hassan pissing crying match that they're having. The Buffalo school board issue is a million times more important than this little fucking crying fest ever could even hope to be.
But anyways, now we gotta move on to Destiny's response. Lord Voldemort here.
I promise you, Hassan.
It's not just Destiny. It's Dan
not bring on
Saltman as well.
Destiny.
He's
In
also
fact, the people
banned.
Holy fucking shit! What is with the reactionceptions? Oh my fucking god! Chat, I promise, I don't rewatch these. I don't realize that I end up doing a goddamn react section on this shit of Hassan reacting to Ethan and Destiny reacting to Hassan reacting to fucking Ethan. I promise, I'm not planning this.
Why? I like how he's trying to bring up Dan, like, as a way to say that he's not petrified of just me. Like, do you think Dan is going to come on and debate you about Israel-Palestine? What? Because he's Jewish?
Will not allow me to bring on Destiny. I'm
no
interested,
Dan
Hassan,
Saltman
in being
either.
honest.
And it's not because
You know,
I'm
I'm gonna
afraid of
take
them.
that-
I can't. I will get banned. I need people to understand. This is.
I need you to understand. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, guys. I will get banned. They told me. I talked to my rep. I talked to him. He said he'll ban me. I can't. He'll ban me. If it even happens for a microsecond, like, bro. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's
You're
basically
I'm
it.
not too caught up on the lore, but I think Destiny is the one who gave Hassan his career and his like first boost of views. And then they had some sort of falling out or something. Now, as I mentioned before, Hassan actually got to choose Ethan's debate opponent.
Of course,
so out
Leo.
of everybody in the world, he chose Sam Seder. And this is Hassan's reaction to the debate.
This is such a petty, like the idea that we're going to police. Hold on, let me respond.
ahead.
You want me to
go
respond
ahead.
this?
No,
I
go
don't,
ahead.
like I say,
Okay, hang on. You need to see what dumb fuck is doing here during this. Watch what Hassan is doing. You could hear us screaming, but you couldn't see it. Watch what he is doing when you're hearing him screaming like a fucking fan while he's fangirling over Sam Seder here.
Debate opponent. So out of everybody in the world, he chose Sam Seder. And this is Hassan's reaction to the debate.
This is such a petty, like the idea that we're going to police. Hold on, let me respond. You want me to respond this?
No,
I don't, like I say, I don't care about this, but if you're going to force me to respond to it.
I've never seen a man more pathetic. You were so scared of
He's the princess cheering on the warrior champion. That's exactly what's happening here. That is exact. He is the weak little princess that has chosen her champion to fight in her name, and she is cheering him on, saying, "Go forth, my great champion, and defeat my enemies." Because he's such a fucking pussy that he knows he can't face Ethan. So he has to basically give his warrior champion favor and cheer him on from the sidelines. Like a little princess. I fucking God, that was pathetic! Oh,
the
God.
debate. You got somebody else to debate him for you, and then you sit behind your screen going, "Oh my God, bro! Oh my God!" Literally jacking him off through the screen, bro. Have some shame.
Fangirling like
white liquid off your
crazy.
face, dude. Yikes. Now, apparently Hassan has been watching some of the videos as well because he's losing his mind that people don't like him now. Hassan, in full cope mode this morning, claimed that he's avoided the drama angle and it cost him a lot charitably with slop tubers. Now the market is flooded with Keemstar orbiters. Here we got some tweets from Hassan. A lot of people fail to realize that it no longer matters if one side has more knowledge or is correct. We are officially in a parasocial haze where stands are consuming politics from the narrow focus of drama. They don't care about the issues, only how it makes their favorite content creator
Right, you? You're doing exactly what you're espousing. Tumfuck. Exactly what you just criticized here is what you do. It is exactly what you do. Yeah, exactly. You're projecting like fucking crazy right now and praying people don't call you out on it.
feel. Avoiding the drama angle has most likely cost me a lot of charitability with apolitical slop.
I don't want your fucking charity, jack
that
off.
comprise a massive chunk of the online politics understanders. Now the market is flooded with Keemstar orbiters whose only foray into politics is F. Hassan. Alright, I'm glad to know that Hassan is absolutely molding over my videos or maybe some of my friends' videos. I don't know. He's just losing his mind. By the way, he always sits on his high horse like, oh, I'm the politics guys. You guys wouldn't understand it. You're just people who watch slop.
No, I am not a fucking Keemstar orbiter. I do not delve into that bullshit. I do not, other than to laugh at it. If by orbiter you mean I orbit around situations like this, look at it and go, you people are fucking stupid as hell. Okay, I'm an orbiter. When I, circling around them and saying, you guys are dumb as fuck, and this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. For Kaishire.
Tubers. Yeah, I don't think it takes a genius to realize that supporting terrorists and openly praising them is bad, laughing at dead babies is bad, lying about people is bad, harassing people on the internet, sending CPS to their houses is bad, wishing PTSD on veterans is bad. These are like normal takes. This is why, despite not being a political creator, I can still talk about you and absolutely clown on you, because regular people, people who are not into politics and not completely brainwashed, they just look at these scenarios and are like, okay, this person is kind of like a vile, hatred spewing piece of shit. So yeah, I'm not gonna be on their side, This part as well, they don't care about the issues, only how it makes their favorite content creator feel. So he's basically saying that you guys don't care about any wars and you're only hating on him because it makes me feel happy. Like, I don't even know what kind of logic this is. This guy's trying to find any way to justify his extremist stances. Also, this yeet account has attached a screenshot of Hassan covering a bunch of drama as well. So to say that he's not feeding into this is completely disingenuous. I just love how these random quote-unquote slop videos are getting under his skin so much and he's losing his mind over it.
These slop videos live rent-free in Hassan's head. He's just calling them slop videos to try and obfuscate the fact to try and obfuscate the fact that they are living, that these people and these videos are living rent-free in his head and they're starting families. So he's just trying to desperately... No.
He's a communist. With a Gucci bag. Got his Prada kicks. Gotta have his swag. He's a socialist with a diamond ring.
Okay, if that's from some kind of lyric, I don't know it, but anyway.
Anyways, moving on to iDubbbz' Creator Clash 3 and the absolute failure of the event. Lena is dropped out of Creator Clash 3.
We knew that was happening.
Will not be participating in Creator Clash either.
Really shitty situation, and boxing is a very serious thing, and you need your full concentration. And it was getting to a point that she was just caught in the middle of stuff, and I was afraid, and she was distracted at practice, and there's a lot to it.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable. The event is probably not...
I mean, why would she's part of H3's crew. Why would she want to participate in the creator class when iDubbbz did a content cop? Like, just being a complete shithead towards Ethan and just smearing Ethan with Hassan and all of his crew. Why the fuck would she want to partake in his creator class boxing match? Like, this was expected. And I imagine a lot of these boxers are going to start dropping like flies out of there.
Not even happening. The main fighter dropped out and everybody is making this some radical politics thing. So obviously they wouldn't want to be part of this event. Ethan announces that he'll be reimbursing the $12K Lena and AB spent on training for Creator Clash 3. Also talks about how
there's
Harley
12
was
grand
allegedly
down.
paid less than his opponent for the event.
Harley was smart. Apparently he got paid up front.
What? Interesting.
That's fucking insane.
It is insane. That's part of what pissed Harley off, is that he told them from the beginning that he would only do it if everyone was getting paid the same amount. Everyone needs to get paid the same amount, and they agreed. And then he was talking to his opponent, LA Beast, and he was like, oh no, I'm getting paid this much, which is like significantly more than you.
That's horrible.
Yep, not shocked at all that iDubbbz would do some sort of shady, scummy shit there.
But Harley had the foresight to ask for the money up front, which is how it should be when they're asking you to fucking do all of this training. How much did you guys spend?
It's pretty much up there. I think we probably spent around $12,000.
So you guys spent $12,000, and like, why should you guys be expected to front the cost for that, for their fucking event? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I will be reimbursing you guys, so don't worry about the money.
Oh, Ethan's reimbursing
Hassan
him.
would never.
That's pretty respectable by Ethan. Just, you know.
Ethan's reimbursing that. From the tweet, hang on. From the tweets... Oh, okay, I misread the tweet. It's, considering that the two people's names is Ethan and Ian, my brain read that as Ian, i.e. iDubbbz. So I completely misread that. Okay, so Ethan is reimbursing them. Ethan's reimbursing them 12 grand. Not Ethan, Ian. Ethan is doing it. Huh.
Hassan would never.
That's pretty respectable by Ethan, just, you know, reimbursing his employees. But honestly, iDubbbz should just be absolutely embarrassed. Not only
he does,
did he
Grindhouse.
lose money for charity.
He does. That's the crazy thing. Whether or not you ascribe to Ethan's point of view on the situation with, you know, what he discusses, whether or not you agree with him, right now it's immaterial. Like, I don't have an agreement with Ethan, what Ethan says, what Hassan says, none of it, because I don't keep up with that shit. I deliberately avoid that shit because it is about a situation that I know excessively little about, so I'm not going to commentate on it, and I'm not going to take any sides on it because I'm very much uninformed. But regardless of your feeling about Ethan's politics or Ethan's stance on conflict, what have you, everything Ethan is doing is making him look like a fucking digga-chat. Throughout this entire situation, he is remaining calm. He is the one that has been the victim of actual attacks against him, and he has remained calm the entire time. He is reimbursing his employee for money that they spent on an event that they had to drop out of because it has flat out made them uncomfortable to participate in it in light of all the events that have been taking place lately. And he's going to reimburse them the $12K that they had to spend on this, which they shouldn't have spent in the first place. Yeah, Ethan is coming out on top. That's the funny part. Hassan is trying to and scream of how bad a guy Ethan is. And Ethan is coming out looking fucking golden right now. And Hassan and everyone he's involved with is coming out looking like absolute piles of shit. That's the funny part.
But he wasted everybody's time, wasted everybody who was training for the event, wasted their money as well, and now everybody else has to pay for it. Now, people are apparently harassing Lena for even dropping out of the event. Shame on Lena for backing out of a charity event.
Why?
Shame on Lena for nobbling a charity. Shame on Lena for ruining her opponent's training. Absolute clout goblin behavior.
Why?
This is on the H3 Snark subreddit, apparently filled with a bunch of Hassan
Oh,
tards. Anyways,
this
obviously
fucking
she shouldn't feel
subreddit.
bad for dropping out of this event. This is iDubbbz's fault and nobody else's. Now, all this time, Ethan's just having the time of his life after the content cop backfired. Ethan responds to Anissa. 2 highly anticipated fighters drop out. Ticket sales are non-existent. Jake Paul set to fight on the same day. No promotion of the event. No public statement. Meanwhile, the owners. Oh, I have to admit something. I haven't posted a chocolate chip cookie update. They turned out to be ugly. I'm so excited on going a girls trip to Austin next week. I need a refund. Please stop ignoring my emails. Now, quick Asmongold clip just saying what everybody's been thinking.
Dude, if Ethan does a video with Sam Hyde doing a content cop on Ian or Hassan, probably Ian.
This would be absolute cinema. Like, everybody be thinking about this, right? Everybody be talking about this. Is like, yeah, bro, this is the Super Bowl.
Anyways, that's it for the updates. Click this video or you have to watch a 10-hour unedited Hassan stream. Worse than Chinese water torture. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Well. Well then. Yeah, well we covered that one, Alistair. Yeah, one of the main fighters dropped out, so by law they do have to give refunds. Oh yeah. It's